guys, welcome back to my channel. As you guys saw by the title, today we're going to be talking about my 5 favorite foundations from the drugstore. Um, this does not include affordable foundations. If you guys want me to do a review on, well, not a review, but tell you my top 5 favorite affordable foundations in general, no more than what, $15 or $20 of each foundation. Let me know down below if you guys would like to see that. But today we're gonna be strictly talking about drugstore foundations and something you can find at your local Walgreens, CVS, Walmart. You get the gist. So we're gonna start off by talking about one of my all-time favorite foundations, and that is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless foundation. Okay, I don't know if you guys could see, but this is one of my all-time favorite foundations, the Matte and Poreless. I think I've said it before in another video, but the Dewy one is not one of my favorites just because I have oily T-zone, and if I use this matte one, it's more of a satin finish. It says matte, but it's not a really super matte. And I like the finish of this foundation, and my T-zone doesn't end up oily by the end of the day. It works out great for me. So yeah, I love that foundation. Another foundation that is around the similar price range of this foundation, I believe this foundation is about $7.99. This one's in the middle of our foundations. This is a new addition to these foundations. Honestly, this is the Covergirl TruBLEND matte foundation. I recently reviewed this foundation on my channel a couple weeks ago, and honestly I am loving it. It came up to the top of the shelf. It's a really good foundation. It doesn't last as long as like the what is that foundation, the Milani foundation, the Conceal+Perfect, I think it's called. It doesn't last as long as that one. This one says that it's like a 12 to 14 hours, I believe, foundation, but it's not that long lasting, at least on my skin. Maybe it could work for 6 to 8 hours without it breaking apart. But honestly, this finish, after wearing this foundation, the finish is perfect. My nose doesn't get too shiny. Well, after those 6 to 8 hours, it starts breaking apart around my nose. But nobody really wears foundation for over 8 hours anyways, and if you do, I think the foundation that I'm going to talk about next, it's better. But this is a really good formula. I really like it, and I've been enjoying it so far. So it's up here with these foundations. So the next foundation that I have for you, this one is a little bit more on the pricier side, I'm guessing, or I want to say. I'm not sure if it's pricier, but this is the Milani Conceal+Perfect 2-in-1 foundation. This is what it looks like. I'm almost out of mine. As you can see, it's fully loved. I love this foundation. It's really full coverage. I don't know if you have dry skin. A lot of people with drier complexions tend to not like it as much just because it's completely full coverage. This is not your everyday foundation. This is your more of a date night foundation, or going out to like dinner with your friends or something, party foundation, because it stays for a very long time. Like it says, it has a concealer, so it's more full coverage. I really like this foundation. I actually would wear this on an everyday basis. Well, I have worn this on an everyday basis, so I could attest that it does work. My hours from work tend to range between 8 to 10 hours. Sometimes 6 to 10 hours. It doesn't really matter, but this foundation stays on and it stays put. My T-zone tends to get a little bit oily after a few hours, and this foundation tends to control it. after I set it with any powder. So yeah, I love the finish of this foundation. Most of the foundations I'm going to be talking about are matte foundations just because that's what I prefer for my skin. I have a combo to oily skin. My T-zone gets oily, but then the outer sides of my face are more dry. Like my forehead, the top of my forehead is drier. My cheeks are a little bit drier, but my nose and like the top of my cheeks, those tend to get really oily throughout the day. That's why I tend to gravitate more to matte foundations. And if I don't wear a matte foundation and I just wear like a not I don't wear I don't take like usually wear glowy foundations or dewy foundations. I tend to just wear matte or satin finish foundations and then add my own glow. Um, and that's why I really like this foundation as well. This is the Maybelline 24-hour foundation. It's the Super Stay foundation. This is what it looks like. I really like this foundation. As you can see, I've been using it a lot as well. I think I did a review on this foundation. I'm not 100% sure. Or I included it in one of the videos. Or I hauled it. I don't remember. But I've been using this foundation a lot. And I really enjoy it. I really like it. Like I said, these foundations are more on the matte side. So all these foundations that I've told you so far, except this one, the Matte+Poreless, this one is more of a satin finish. I think this one could, I think if you have a dry skin tone, you could, like, not a skin tone, if you have a dry complexion, you could still pull this one off because it's not a complete matte foundation. I really like this foundation, and they do have the dewy one, but the dewy one is a little too much for me, so I don't like it. I mean, I do have it. It's like right here, but I don't use it. This one is like completely full. I don't really, it's not my preference. I don't really like it that much. But yeah, the Maybelline Super Stay, it's a good one if you have it. This one, I think it's around, I don't know, $10 or $13 at the drugstore. This one is about $10 as well. This one is like, these two are between $6 to $8 or $6 to $10, I think. And the last foundation I'm going to be talking about today is the WetNWild Photo Focus Foundation. This is the cheapest foundation I feel that you could find that works wonders. This is the foundation that I have on today, and honestly, it looks like if I was wearing a high-end foundation. I love it. I love it so much. This is this one is more of a satin finish, just like the Maybelline Fit Me. This one, these two remind me a lot of each other, but this one is obviously cheaper, and this one has a kind of weird smell. Yeah, this one smells like paint thinner. I don't know. And this one smells like Elmer's glue. Yeah, I feel like because they are a little bit cheaper, they don't spend money trying to, like, I don't know, make the smell less potent. Brain fart. Potent. I can't even say that word. Okay. Yeah, they don't try to make the smell any less, just because obviously they care about the formula and not about the smell. But yeah, guys, these are my favorite and top 5 foundations. I hope you guys like them. I hope you guys have tried them. So yeah, guys, that concludes the video. These are my favorite foundations at the drugstore so far. I have tried out other couple foundations that I really enjoy that didn't make it to this video just because either I don't have them in hand, and or I just haven't tried them in a while, so I don't know if I still will like them. Let me know if you guys want me to do like a top 10 best foundations, or if you want me to do like a top 5 concealers, bronzers, blushes, whatever you guys want to see, let me know. I'll be here and taking notes, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys have tried any of these foundations, or if any of you guys have one of these as your favorites, or like as your everyday use. Most of I rotate between these foundations every so often. Right now I'm really into and back to using just the photo focus foundation, but I rotate between these two very often, and these three are the ones that, like, either I mix in together or something. I always do a little cocktail between those, and these two. Sometimes if I feel like my skin is a little too dry, I'll mix in a little bit of this one and a little bit of this one, or I'll add like a dot of the dewy one, even though I don't really like it and I don't really use it. But like in the winter days, the more drier days, I tend to just add a little drop of this one, but you know, not that much, just because I'm not into the dew like a lot of people. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you like it. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and let me know if you guys like any of these foundations, and if you have tried any of them. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Leave a comment down below of any videos you guys want to see in the future from me, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye guys.